Welcome everyone, and we have another match today. It's the third quarterfinal. We have the Chef against What If. And once again, it's a very interesting match because of course the Chef are supposed to be the favorite, and so What If kind of come with like different strategy similar to what Press Tab has done. And here the idea is that we have an early mid-game comp trying to snowball the game as fast as possible on the side of What If, facing an infinite scaling comp on the side of the Chef. And we are going to see how those two comp like fare against each other, and that's gonna be very interesting. So let's jump right in. And so we're entering the match third quarterfinal of that PCC 7. We have What If on the downside with Dr. Flick, Crashy, Skype Hamster, Pinzo, and Neo, facing against the Chef on the dusk side with Cold, Shii, Seismic, Mav, and Snicks. And like we already discussed a little bit in terms of composition, a very like early mid-game oriented type of composition on the side of What If. The Chef can have some tools in the early mid-games through the Zarus, the Decker, and the Drongo, but really like more late-game scaling. So if we reach like the later stage of the match, should be like the Chef victory. And so one thing that the side of What If needs to be especially like careful with is that this dual lane, Richter Twin Blast, it's a dual lane I don't like at all. I feel like the Richter pick is completely wasted with the Twin Blast carry. Makes it like kind of a little bit tough to a Decker Drongo. And so that's specifically like the side of What If that needs to be actually super careful of not falling behind, so the rest of the map can actually like try to get like some lead or make something happen. And so I assume we should be like playing through like the mini prime quite heavily on the side of What If and try to use that mini prime then to impact a little bit more. Especially the mid lane, I feel like could be like a good way to kind of apply some pressure. So here we have Seismic that go immediately onto Skype Hamster with the Shadow Slip. Get already like an advantage when it comes to actual like damage trade. But that means that we're gonna get like hard shove under tower. Ooh, we missed the Cosmic Rift, so... And so that's gonna be like pretty even. Here we have the Decker Drongo lane. Decker Drongo lane can get the level 2 whenever they want. So like they will have to really respect that on the side of Pinzo and Neo. And here like we get like a little bit of auto attack. We try to go for the stun on Pinzo, doesn't connect. So at least we might not get like the stun back for the level 2 transition. Here we get like a little bit more aggression. We get like some good poke here, but unfortunately we don't landing like a lot of auto attack. But finally we land the passive auto attack, so that's pretty good. And here we're just like walking back, dodging like the stun, the old Rusty. Pretty well played here by Pinzo. We have to respect that level 2 transition. We do have Crashy. After Red 2 comp, decide to go like for an invade. And it's looking like some aggression into Snicks. But Snicks is gonna play like under tower, so Crashy lose like a few precious seconds. In the meantime on dual lane, we're just gonna get... Oh, actually like pretty good freeze. Ooh, very nice hook here, forcing the flash of hook immediately. They try to go aggressive onto Neo, but it's immediately like found. And here we do have Crashy that is going for the invade on the blue buff, but Mav is fully aware of that. And Crashy not really realizing here. He's gonna stay on the buff, but he's taking a lot of damage from the blue buff. He tried to go for the stun, but then we do get the barricade that completely stopped that. We force like the pounce away, and that's the first blood by Mav. He's gonna chase no Dr. Flick, and now you spend like a lot of time for the invade and you actually offer the first blood to the enemy jungler. That's absolutely like dramatic in a sense for Crashy, and I'm not sure why he did stay, why he didn't use his flash. Like there is like so much that is a little bit weird from that play in my opinion from Crashy. As soon as the guy is here, like, he tried to outsmart the opponent by using his boulder against Mav, but Mav has a barricade that is stunning you faster than your boulder, and so, like, there was, like, no shot Crashy could actually, like, win that engagement throughout the ability of working, and he didn't even, like, jump through, like, into the pit or something to kind of force... Because then the evade can simply, like, follow the pounce, but if you jump, like, into the pit, maybe, like, it makes it, like, harder. Like, there was at least like 3-4 mistake in that situation made by Crashy. But here he redeemed himself by a very nice boulder. Good follow-up by Pinzo onto Shii, and that's immediately a kill. They do have to find like a crash though, because Neo is out of mana. So I would love them to be able like to push that wave like quite fast and crash and get a reset, because otherwise Neo is gonna be like in trouble. And if she comes back, then they can get a freeze, and that's something that they don't really want to happen for themselves on the side of What If. Ooh, and another beautiful hook by Pinzo Danzo. Like, for me, this dual lane was actually like super important to like not fall behind, but Pinzo like eating already like 3 out of 3 hook, and that hook like was phenomenal, and now the whole wave is crashing under tower, and that's gonna like secure for them like a lot of advantage onto that Twin Blast, which was like the dual lane that, in my opinion, should have like a trouble in that early game, and that's actually like the dual lane that is creating space. So thanks to like the amazing play of Pinzo, we're kind of nullifying a little bit the horrendous play by Crashy early on. And so like we're still like in a good shape into that match, starting to have a little lead in terms of kill, a little lead in terms of CS, and that maybe can translate into early objective and allow this team What If to maybe win before they reach like this late game situation that I was telling, that with the Sebrock plus the contest, it's gonna be rough. So here we have the wave that is going to bounce back. We have Mav that is arriving. Pinzo will be forced to flash. We try to go for the stun. We dodge it. So Flash has been forced out of the Rictor, but Rictor is fully like healthy, so that's not gonna give like any really advantage besides like removing the Flash. Still a good resource to take away, but good reaction by Pinzo. Here you had a decision to make of either like losing a whole lot of health and maybe dying, or just like spending his Flash immediately. Here I don't think we can crash. We try like to get the hook before, then we get punished like very well, and that's gonna be like a lot of damage. I don't think Pinzo is gonna die, but he's gonna be like at 1 HP, and so he will be forced to reset this time. We're maybe looking at some rock onto like Seismic. The rock is almost there, not connecting. Mav is here. We're gonna like TP back a little bit. Seismic arriving with the ultimate. The Feast force the Flash away. We do get the Flash out of Mav. Mav is 1 HP, and we're gonna get the Flash out of Crashy. So in the end, we're trading 1 for 1, but we take like 2 Flash out of the side of What If. But we don't really like lose any resources really, because like Crashy is here to capture that wave. We're not gonna get priority, I think, for any objective, because the damage is not really that high, and so overall pretty even trade, nothing really gained by either team here. Hello Adanor, hello Sovereign Greed. Here we have like Dr. Flick that go aggressive onto Snicks using the ultimate. Fury of the Heaven has been expanded, which should like give him like enough priority to secure that heal buff for himself. So we do have Crashy looking for a little bit invade on the 2 camp, just pouncing away. Might be looking at some aggression onto the dual lane to try to get like priority for that Fanctus. And we're gonna get the BMOs plus the TP. I love the combination. We get like the Flash immediately out of Cold, get the Flash out of Shi, and so that's still Flash expanded for just like the BMOs being used. We have to be careful though, because Kaipanster took quite a lot of damage, but Mav needs to really respect that, because as soon as Pinzo gets his hook back, if he gets hook, he's probably dead.
Allied tower under attack.
So unfortunately here, they try to be like very aggressive with the combination of ult to try to convert it into a Fanctus. Wasn't successful, but I like the idea. We get a little bit of Mav like stopping the back from Crashy to get some tempo on the map. And Mav still like looking to be a nuisance. Here this time we're gonna like How is Crashy fighting that? Oh, I get like bounce up. Gonna try to go for the pounce. Fully missed the pounce. But they do get the kill onto Mav. Gonna secure finally his blue buff. She's at 1 HP. We're gonna get like the rock, but Seismic is arriving. Crashy is gonna get picked up. We get like a 2-for-1 trade so far. Seismic is going into the backline. Pinzo Dunzo taking quite a lot of damage. Trying like to gain as much time as he can, but Seismic is gonna secure another kill. And those kills are very valuable for the contest because it's also like some passive stack being gained. And we're gonna like disengage here. Probably we get Skype Hamster in the backline securing the kill on Cold because of the rotation of Dr. Flick. We're gonna get like the black hole here onto Seismic, and so Dr. Flick is gonna like secure also that kill, I think, and Seismic is gonna end up falling, and so that can like maybe secure the Fangtus for them, but that means like a lot of farm has been like captured by Snicks. Overall, very good play by Watif, but once again, I'm not happy with like Crashy's decision. Crazy, I feel like overstay a little bit on the blue buff, then like misses pounce, and then like try to go for a rock on the position that is very exposed, ended up get killed. Situation worked well for Watif, but in those like high tension situation, I feel like Crashy is a little bit like too pressured, and he doesn't take like always the right decision. Now we have Dr. Flick that is finally going to go back on the other side of the map, and you can see like here it's a lot of CS being lost by Dr. Flick. So that Sevrog is actually like fully chilling now. And that can actually like be pretty rough, especially since now we go for a lane swap, I guess. Dr. Flick staying into the dual lane, sending Neo into like the off lane. But against like the Decker, Drongo is probably gonna get zoned like even more, and so that's something that he has to be careful. He's gonna try to grab the wave to get like a freeze, but unfortunately didn't grab the wave high enough, and so he missed also like 2 CS from the 5 minion that he should never have lost, and that can like ended up being a little bit rough for him. Well, it's true that they scaled Cordit, but their entire team being scaling hero is not really true. Like Decker and Drongo, I wouldn't consider them scaling heroes. Here we get like a little bit of aggression. Pinzoin's looking maybe at capturing Seismic. Seismic here is in range for a hook, so... Ooh, I'm surprised we don't try to go for any hook on Seismic here. Probably because like the Gideon was out, but if we get a hook into the ultimate that was available, then probably that's a flash, or that's like Crashy, and there is like not much to be lost by trying to go for that flash. We try to go for the BMOS, we get stunned, we're jumping in, and here we do have Crashy like stealing that mini prime. The chef going for the 50-50 in that solution. Neo finally getting focused, a lot of damage is dealt onto him, he's finally gonna fall. So we're gonna try to disengage here. Pinzo is still in the middle of the fight, chasing 2 people, chasing Mav, trying to get the kill, leaving Pinzo and Dr. Flick fighting against Snicks and She, but Snicks has no mana. She is a Decker, so not a lot of damage. Cold is finally like reaching that fight, and a very nice hook by Pinzo, dodging She to get the hook onto the Sevrog. We try to get as much damage as we can, but that should probably like be the disengage, and here we get like first Fangtus, we steal the first mini prime. Overall, we're doing like pretty well with our composition. The early mid-game comp from the side of Watif, they're doing what they should be doing to have a shot at that match. So let's see which tower we're gonna try like to impact with that mini prime from Crashy. Also, like one thing that is nice when you have the mini prime as a jungler, it allows you to clear your jungle faster, so you can impact more the map as well. And so here we can see a lot of grouping up around the mid lane. We do have Seismic that is going aggressive, and we miss the rock onto him. So now we're gonna like chase Seismic, but it's gonna be like a little bit tough. We do get like good slow. Got the Cosmic Rift here. We get the flower to stop like Seismic to be able to use it. Very heads up play here, and that's gonna be end up like a kill for the side of Watif, but still like a rotation of 5 people to secure the kill on the contest. So that means that, as you can see, the Zarus and the Sevrog on the offlane are gonna secure this tier 1 tower for themselves, while we trade it like for the tier 1 tower in mid lane. Overall, a 1 tower for 1 tower plus a kill. It's good. But I feel like we didn't need to commit that much for 5 people, and probably like Dr. Flick could have like defended this tier 1 tower in offlane, and that would have been like an even better trade for the side of What If. Oh, we try to be aggressive, but we have the rotation. Cold is already like walking away. We're gonna get maybe like the rock. And we try to go for Shi'i. We completely ignore Cold here, and so we just get the flash out of Shi'i. Use the ventilate. A lot of damage. Black hole also is being used. She's gonna probably survive with 1 HP. Maybe a vortex grenade from Neo can like secure the deal here. It's not gonna be enough. We try to focus this tier 1 tower, but we use like almost every single ultimate. Escape is at the exception of the Sewer. And so we're gonna like not be able to secure it. We do get the rotation from Seismic. Pinzo will be forced like to walk away. It's just gonna get poked a little bit. I don't think there is anything that Seismic could realistically do here in that situation. And in terms of CS, we are now slightly ahead on the side of the Chef. So heavy rotation on the side of What If to try to get like some presence on the map, which is nice, but it's also at the cost of some CS. And here we can see that we secure also the tier 1 tower in mid lane. So after we finish that mini prime power play on the side of What If, we actually like are a tower down, and we also like lose tempo on the respawn of the Fangtooth. So What If didn't really like negotiated their mini prime very well. Should definitely have been like defending this tier 1 tower in offlane. Tier 1 tower in mid lane should not have fall, and now with like also thanks to the mini prime power play, we should also like be the team that are in priority on the Fangtooth. So here that's like overall, yeah, they got the kill on Seismic, but that kill on Seismic was too much invested. And now they really needed to have a snowball going for themselves. Otherwise, like they're gonna reach the late game, and the late game they won't be able to play with their composition. And that's already like a timing that they dropped the ball pretty hard by not securing anything on that like heavy plays on the left lane. And so here we're gonna go for the BMOs again, try to create some space. Once again, Crashy going for the BMOs into rock, but a little bit too telegraphed and nothing is being found from it. I think we should probably like just try like the rock into the hook first. And we don't need to go like here once again. We're heavy rotation, like 4 people rotating towards the lane that don't have a tower to be taken. What If are just like trying to deathball, but they're not deathballing efficiently, which ended up like with them like starting to fall behind on the farm department. So we got like the black hole being used, Crash is arriving, force the flash out of Seismic. So this contest doesn't have flash now for the next 5 minutes, until 22:40. We got a little bit of an invade looking for something from Crashy, but Mav is around. Gideon doesn't have any mana, so has to be careful to not overstay. I guess we're looking for the mini prime, that's why like we have Neo here, and we like do a switch of lane again. But we took already like a lot of damage. As we can see here, we lose like 40% of our health to do like a 5 camp. Before a timing, we're looking for a team fight, maybe for mini prime. So that's not ideal at all. And here the enemy team starting the mini prime. We don't have Dr. Flick. Dr. Flick is finally rotating. Seismic is trying to come from behind. Ooh, a very nice engage by the side of She. That deal already like a lot of damage. Pinzo is already dead. Crush is surviving thanks to the BMOS, and Skypamster is not dead either. We're gonna try to go for the black hole. Counter black hole here. Finding the kill onto the Zarus. We have the Sevrog low on HP, but he's gonna survive. Crashy coming back onto Cold, and in the end, they managed to turn that fight around despite that wonderful engage by She. I kind of want to rewatch that fight because for me it was the Chef fight 100% and it actually like wasn't. So I kind of want to see what happened there. Because like the engage by She was very, very, very nice. So here what happened is we find the opportunity at the timing as Seismic going in, and we see like this very nice like ultimate Riftwalker play with the triple stun. And here we should get like some good damage, but they don't have a lot of AoE. I guess here the problem is, oh, we see the Eventide from Seismic, and that's probably like his ability level 5. He didn't expect the Riftwalker play, so the whole Eventide like miss all 3 people, where it's very important that you get those AoE spell on top of that. So Seismic completely like missing that ability, and you see that if the Eventide has connected, Neo and Crashy would have been dead on the spot. So here, maybe a little miss of communication, I don't know, or misreaction by the side of Seismic, but that Eventide is what Halo, in a sense, this team to survive, like What If survive a little bit more. And here we get the BMOs out, so we're gonna survive. We forced to expend like a lot more resources onto Neo to finish the kill when Neo was already dead. And now here we're gonna get like the Gideon that find like a nice black hole in that situation to secure like additional kills, and now that's a triple kill. We're gonna end up like losing Skype Hamster, but that's gonna be Cold dying, and now we can secure the mini prime for themselves. And this is where like at that level, like those little things are actually very important. Here, like in my opinion, it's simply missing that Eventide because we don't communicate perfectly, or we're not like fully in line in synergy, cost the team fight. And that should have been like free team fight because the engage was superb by Shii, and that should have been like a triple kill for them with absolutely like nobody dying, into a mini prime, into being able to impact the map afterwards. And in the end, it's like you lose 4, you only kill 2, and you lose the mini prime. So that's such a huge swing, because instead of a +3 plus mini prime, you're now into a -2 minus mini prime. So overall, that simple Eventide miss is costing a 5 kill differential and a 2 objective differential. That's how costly that Eventide was. So what are we going to do with that mini prime again? It's on Crashy. Probably will help like securing the third Fangtus of that match. Would be like better if we already like at 2 on Fangtus. We're trying like to here get a little bit of damage onto Sneaks, but I don't think there is any kill potential. But it's just like making Sneaks a little bit uncomfortable here, so he cannot defend this tier 1 tower. We get a lot of rotation trying to catch Pinzo here. We do get the Coliseum. Pinzo was trying to go for the skewer, but it's not gonna be able to go for it. And here we're gonna simply disengage and not take the tower because like Pinzo died, I guess. I feel like Sneaks was low on HP. They used the Coliseum. I feel like they're probably like still in a position that they can secure this tier 1 tower. We get like still like most ultimates up. I feel like we don't have to back out here. Maybe a little bit like too scared to fight like the numerical disadvantage, but they have to understand that they're on a timer and they kind of have to make it happen. So here, I guess the idea is that now they're like before the enemy team for this Fangtus, but they're not starting it, so they had a pretty huge window to do it. Another window I kind of closed, so they will have to look for a fight first. We don't want to fight into lane. Oh, we're gonna get collapse on. And here they're gonna get like as much damage as they can onto Flick, into the Colossal Blow. Good combo here. And that's gonna be like enough damage. We try like to follow up, and here you can see we lose the window of opportunity. We try to keep fighting. Pinzo try to survive as long as he can. Skype Hamster looking for maybe an engage with the black hole, but didn't find anything, and so that's gonna be a 3-4-1 kill. Skype Hamster forced to flash away, and that's gonna be like the Fangtus for themselves. And once again, I feel like What If had the shot. There was like in complete tempo up of the enemy team for the Fangtus, but they used that tempo to just like look for a pick that could never been done because the enemy team wasn't there. Like they were like so far ahead on the timing for these Fangtus, and now like they wait too much, then they didn't like regroup properly, they get collapsed on, and now they're done the Fangtus again. So, realistically speaking, at that point, losing 2 Fangtus for the side of What If is, in my opinion, a death sentence. It's like they drop too much tempo for the type of composition they have. Here we're looking to go for some aggression. We get the Colossal Blow. We try to kill Skype Hamster. Skype Hamster is going to go for the TP away. We're gonna get like the Tether. Snicks is trying like to chase that. We finally have Crashy arriving. Maybe we got the rock onto that, into the hook. That's gonna be Snicks being dead. And so we find like a good pickup. Seismic is looking for something from behind. We lose nobody here, but that pick I don't think is enough to secure like a no prime, because we see that like Skype Hamster needs to go back to base. And it wasn't like a decisive enough victory. And like I said, What If draft a very early mid-game oriented team comp. So they need to absolutely be crushing during the early mid-game. And here we're reaching the end of the mid-game. And yeah, they have been dominating, but they didn't crush as hard as they should have. So in my opinion, we're reaching that point, like it's really like them playing from behind. They're ahead a little bit, even though like we're still like 50 CS down, so the 6 kill kind of compensate a bit for that. But we're not like overall ahead enough to be able to beat the scaling of what the team of the Chef is having with them. Hello Akagolis, welcome for the follow, thanks a lot for it. And hello Happy Picker, hello Shift. So here we have Seismic split pushing, so it's kind of on the What If to... Okay, they decided to send the Gideon to be able to defend the split push, so it's a 4 against 4. We're playing the corners, we're respecting the corners on the side of What If, of course. Hello, Denim David. And here we're gonna like wait a little bit, Dr. Flick like remaining hidden. And now we got the rotation of Seismic after he pushed the left side. And we're looking to maybe cut some aggression on Pinzo dodging. Try to get the hook, but the hook doesn't connect, so that's gonna be like simple disengagement here. And here we're looking for the trap. Very, very aggressive trap here. Crashy jumping immediately. Forced to flash immediately as well. The rest on the other side, we're trying like to get a little bit of aggression. And we do find the stun plus the cage. But a very nice black hole by Scamp Hamster doing like a lot of damage. And here, that's the problem. We use the Stasis Bomb aggressively. And so that means we have nothing. Seismic 1 HP, Mav 1 HP. We only lose 1. Shi 1 HP. Like everyone is 1 HP. Scamp Hamster trying to kill Seismic. Seismic is gonna be still surviving with 1 HP. He's gonna get the kill. Oh, that's tragic here. 4 people dying on the side of What If while nobody died on the side of like the Chef. Like another team fight I kind of want to watch again, because it felt like it started badly for What If, then What If get like everything back, and then like it was but in the end we didn't manage like to secure all the kills. So here we miss the hook, and here we're gonna get like the stun. And as soon as the Stasis Bomb is used, that means that we have nothing to cancel like the ultimate here. So we're gonna like look at trying like to engage on the Richter. So we spend like a lot of resources. Coliseum is used, but what a nice black hole onto 4 people here. Pinzo is still like at 1 HP, is gonna be secured, but we also use the Feast to secure the kill on the Richter. So a lot of resources has been expended, which means that all those characters, we have Mav flashing here. We try to go for the Refoker Shi, 1 HP. Neo trying to get the kill, but not connecting. Seismic 1 HP as well. And here we're trying like to peel, I guess, first in the backline against Snicks. And here we split like completely instead of like going, everyone is going for their own target. We do have like some peel to try to protect Neo, but the peel will not be enough. We have Skype Hamster trying like to chase Mav. We have Flick trying to chase like something Shi. And here, like, they're all 1 HP. We miss the Cosmic Rift. We get the Void Breach, but the Blade Siphon is enough. 1 auto attack, we do TP. We TP back, we dodge, we miss the Void, we go for the Void Breach on Cold whilst it should be on Seismic. We go for the Cosmic Rift, Skype Hamster completely forgetting about Seismic. And that's gonna be like, ended up being killed. And the Chef playing that whole situation very, very well. Everyone staying at 1 HP. And here, what if they try to chase too many rabbits at the same time? And unfortunately for them, 4-0 in that team fight. Thanks for the follow, Realista. So only Crash is alive.
Allied tower under attack.
But that was like once again a very nice team fight. Thank you, Tweaker the Great, as well for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're enjoying your stay. And so like I said, the scaling is not on the side of What If. So that team fight for me is like the nail in the coffin. We can see that we're still like finding some good black hole. And that kind of like what salvaged those team fight, but it's not gonna stay forever. Like Gideon falls off later. Here we try to go onto the Rictor. Rictor forced to flash away. And so here we kind of gonna start the R Prime on the side of the Chef. We kind of have to try to contest it in a sense, because if they secure R Prime, it's gonna be impossible. Dr. Flick is trying like to step forward, but we get the first cage. We do get the hook, but the hook is not on the right target. In the meantime, we do have Skype Hamster getting absolutely obliterated. They're turning onto Dr. Flick, while Sneak is just creating space for his team, and now we can like group up onto the other side, and that's gonna be like the chase. They don't have secured the R Prime yet, but after securing like triple kill, trying to chase onto Neo. Seismic is going in. Ooh, a very nice rock by Crashy, but it's not going to be enough. And another 4-for-0 trade here on the side of the Chef. And now that should be like an easy R Prime into an easy Primal, which means an easy triple Fang Tooth and an easy W for the side of the Chef. So overall, I kind of like what If has proposed. They really have gone for the early mid-game comp, and they almost made it work, but a little bit too many approximation in how to pressure the advantage. They should have been like on a much higher situation. They should be the team that were like fighting for the triple Fang Tooth at 20 minutes when the third Fang Tooth respawned, and they didn't like realize any of that. And so in a sense, naturally, the scaling comp, if they're not like too far behind, are gonna start like pulling ahead in those team fights. And here we can see like how much work a Sevrog in the late game can do. By himself, he's on 3 people away, making a 4v2 on the rest of the team fight, and that's like too much to handle for the side of What If. So here, we might have like one last chance of trying like to maybe go for a contest onto these Primal Fang Tooth. Crash is trying to create some space onto Cold, but Neo is gonna get like absolutely obliterated, and now the Rictor is left alone. And here they try like to be a little aggressive, trying like to force something, but they force something in the backline of the enemy team, which in my opinion is not what you should be looking for. You should probably like try to look at the Primal Fang Tooth moment, because you don't have enough damage to fight by yourself. And so here they're just gonna chase Dr. Flick, while the rest, 3 people on the side of the Chef, are just like finishing the Primal Fang Tooth. And that should be like game at that point, because we're gonna secure Primal Fang Tooth. We still have our Prime on everyone. We're gonna get Primal Fang Tooth on everyone. Triple Fang Tooth. Everyone is dead, with Dr. Flick dead for 45 more seconds. It's just a matter now of like simply pushing the lanes and securing the W for the side of the Chef. So we're gonna get like some respawn. Maybe we see like a last defense call by the side of... Wow.
An allied inhibitor is down.
That was like kind of super duper risky by Neo. Luckily, the Chef wasn't expecting him to go for that, so he doesn't die, but that was like so troll. They try to be aggressive here. We try to get some damage onto Seismic, but unfortunately we get cancelled the black hole immediately. That's gonna be Crashy dead. That's gonna be like 3 people dead, and that's gonna be game for the side of the chef. To be honest, game was lost like 5 minutes ago. And here it's just a matter of chef, very proficient team, just cleanly terminating that game.